Welcome to Wellness Wednesdays with Michelle. I'm your host, Michelle Hart, your #1 nutritionist and fat loss specialist. This show is all about how to eat, move, and live to have a fit and healthy life. Today's topic is 6 simple ways to lose belly fat based on science. I want to start by saying it is not your fault if you have belly fat. Here's what happens. Modern life, the cards are stacked against you. Everything is fast. Everything is processed. Sugar, chemicals, inside, screen time, not moving enough, not enough sunlight. Everything is just stacked against you. So really, you've got to do everything almost opposite to what most people are doing, because most people are not fit and healthy. They're not. And we need to get back to fit and healthy. So I know that's why you're watching this show. So I'm really excited that you're here. I want to start by sharing my story. It's going to be short. Why I got into this is because in my 20s, I took a trip with my girlfriends to Mexico, and it was a week, it was like a beach party, okay, for a week. And I saw this one woman, she was in her early 20s, and she had the best body I've ever seen. What I loved about her body the most was she had the 6-pack, and I didn't. I had this belly, and I'm like, oh, I want that. So I went after it, and I went after it by starving myself, because I didn't know how to do it. So it worked. I was a skinny fat, but my hair started to fall out. My hormones were trashed, and I became osteoporotic when I was 32, when my bones are supposed to be the strongest. So I did everything wrong because I didn't know what to do. And I don't want that to be you. I really don't want you to struggle the way I did. And it was only until, this is really true, only until I had my kids in my late 30s, early 40s, that I actually got a 6-pack. I mean, it's not bad now. I'm not really working on it right now, but when I did work on it, like, I really had a 6-pack. And it's because of what you're gonna learn today. So I'm gonna start you off today on losing the belly fat based on science, okay, and getting you back on track. So, first thing I'm going to talk about is about belly fat. Belly fat it's called visceral fat. It's called deep fat. It's actually a fat that releases a lot of inflammation. So if you're carrying belly fat, it's not just aesthetically that you want to get rid of it. It's actually for your health. Because when you're always carrying around this inflammatory fat, your body's always inflaming. So for you to get healthy, it's going to be hard because your body thinks it has an infection all the time. That's where the energy goes. It goes to try and fight off the infection, and definitely not to burn the belly fat or give you energy or even improve your mood. So here's the thing. Drop the belly fat, the whole body gets well. So it's not just about aesthetics, it's also about your health. So let's do this, okay? That's the first thing. The second thing, yeah, I have notes. The second thing is you really need to know what you're doing to burn the belly fat, because a lot of information out there is just, it's wrong. It's all about the shiny object, do this, you'll burn it off in 10 days. No, you need to train the body to burn it off. And you need to eat in a way, move in a way, and live in a way. So give yourself a little bit of time, but when you do, and you burn it off that way in time, you'll keep it off for life, okay? Because forget about, we're smarter than that. The fad diets, the quick fixes, the starve yourself, they don't work. In fact, you're fatter after. We know that, right? So I'm going to show you a different way that actually works, that has helped me keep my belly fat off without dieting, and also like thousands of others. So the first thing I want you to do is, there's going to be 6 things. It's going to be 3 things to stop and 3 things to start, okay? So let's start with what we're gonna stop. We need to stop those hidden sugars, okay? And those hidden sugars are found in juice, they're found in beverages, and they're found in sports drinks. And so the one particular sugar that I really need you to avoid is fructose. Yeah, so fructose, actually, the liver has to process the fructose to convert it to glucose for your cells to use it as energy. What happens is the liver gets fatty, and then you get fatty. And it's actually linked to non-alcoholic fatty liver disease. So even if you don't drink and you're overweight, you have to check the fructose. So where is fructose in your foods? Well, I have your list here, of course, because these are all practical tips too. So first thing is just check your ingredients with any of your foods. If it says fructose, don't have it. High fructose corn syrup is obviously fructose. Honey, if you're having too much honey, it's really high in fructose. Agave syrup, agave nectar, it's touted as healthy. It's not healthy. It's actually linked to scarring of the liver, kidney, and heart. And I've seen the research. Nora Gonzalez talks about that in her book, Primal Body, Primal Mind. She talks about that. So we don't want agave. Okay, we don't want agave. And we don't want maple flavored syrup, high in fructose. Molasses is high in fructose. So if you're having a lot of molasses, I would switch that to something that you're going to learn about right now. Even coconut sugar, I know, and a lot of my recipes have a little bit of coconut sugar, but if you're having too much coconut sugar, it's too much fructose, so we need to switch it up to something else for you. And so we want to avoid those, but we want to start for sweeteners. We want to start having, we want stevia, because I know it's backwards, but I don't know how to fix it. Anyway, stevia, you can have a little bit of stevia and it's not going to, there's no fructose, okay? And it's not going to disrupt your blood sugar. That's a really good sweetener. I use it a lot in my herbal tea. So sweetener. And then the other thing is we can not have coconut sugar, but we can have real maple syrup. Get grade B maple syrup. It's higher in minerals. So have a little bit of maple syrup. It's okay to have a little bit of sweetener. It's not going to make you fat. Other things are going to do that. So it's okay to have that. The other thing is Ceylon Cinnamon. It's a Ceylon Cinnamon, not regular cinnamon. Ceylon Cinnamon is a natural sweetener that actually balances your blood sugar. So we can put that in things, coffee maybe, you know. My favorite, again, which is lemon and limes. There's no fructose in here and they sweeten your food. So I put this in all my meals I do. All my dinners, I always squeeze lemon and limes and I put them out for the children for them to have as well. I guess they're not kids anymore, they're teenagers. I look at them as my kids, my young kids. Xylitol. So what I do is I chew pure gum. It's sweetened with xylitol, so it's not high in fructose. And it makes me feel like I'm having something sweet and it's actually cleaning my teeth. So pure gum. So that's what we're gonna, so number one is stop those sweeteners, and number two, start those other ones that I shared with you, okay? So that's the first one. The second one is we've got to get off this high carb diet. We must. And we need, especially the high carb breakfast. Oh my gosh, we need to get away from oats for breakfast. I'm sorry, but if you have belly fat, get away from the oats. Certainly cereal, you probably already know that. But really, I don't find people are having enough protein. Yeah, they're not having enough protein. So I need you to actually eat more protein. Studies have already shown conclusively that high carb diets will lead to particularly belly fat. We don't want belly fat. We want to get nice and slim here and healthy, right? It's not, right? We talked about health too. So we want to eat more protein. And so when we eat more protein, I really want to share the science with you. Here's what it says. Research shows it reduces cravings by 60%. You got cravings? I'm telling you, bring your protein up, cravings will go away. You don't want those cravings. They're taking your power. You need to get your power back. It also boosts your metabolism, which is what we want. We want a robust metabolism, not a slowing metabolism. We want a robust metabolism so you can eat a lot of food and not gain weight. Yeah, I like food. So 100 more calories a day. It's actually helping your body burn more calories when you have more protein. The other thing it does is it allows you to be more satiated. Yeah, because the amino acids cross the blood-brain barrier and they enter the receptor sites and they tell your brain they're full. You don't want to be tied to the fridge all day. That's not a way to live. You don't want to be your power away by all these cravings. That's also not a way to live. Bring your protein up, okay? And you'll see all that turn away. Okay, so that's the first thing I do with my clients, is I get them to eat enough protein for their body. And that's how things start to turn around very quickly, okay? And they stay well after, they keep it off. So basically, so we're going to stop the high carb days, especially high carb breakfast, and we're gonna start eating more protein throughout the day, okay? So the third thing that I wanna talk about is, I'm going to show you some protein actually. Oh, sorry. Here's some really good protein sources. Eggs, farm fresh eggs. and I'm talking for breakfast here, you can get into some pasture raised pork, but ethically raised pork that's been out in the grass, that's eating the proper food, because that is actually a healthy source of protein for you. And for me, I'm not fond of animal protein for breakfast. So what I do is I always have my protein powder, and I'm really kind of almost addicted to this one. This is the chocolate protein powder. And so just over 2 scoops gives me 40 grams of protein in the morning, which is exactly what I want to hit. I want to hit 40 or 50 grams first thing in the morning. And I add that to my coconut milk. Yeah, my coconut milk. And then what I do is I add cocoa nibs to that. And I put about 1 tablespoon to 2 tablespoons of cocoa nibs, because that really turns the brain on and it gets you fired up to be motivated and have your best day. So that's actually what I do, is my 3-ingredient smoothie, which is the one I just shared with you. Okay, now I'm going to talk about if you've already got your macronutrients right. So yes, Michelle, I'm having enough protein. Yes, Michelle, my carbs are low and they're vegetables. Yes, Michelle, my fat's not too high. That's great, but you still got the belly fat. Here's probably why. You ready for this one? Why aren't we talking enough about micronutrients? Here's a simple chart that, this is how I'm trained, is actually checking to see what you don't have enough of to burn body fat. Because like seriously, if you don't have, I'll just read a few of these out here. If you don't have enough carnitine in your body, you will not burn body fat. You don't have the ability to use fat to burn it as energy. You don't have enough carnitine, okay? The other one that I really see a lot of is chromium. So your blood sugar's whacked out because you don't have enough chromium in your body. Well, if we can test, we know for sure that's that's what's stopping you. So that's what I love about the practice that I do, is it's clinical, and I can actually pinpoint what you don't have enough of to unblock the body to do what it should be doing, okay? But you've got to test. You can't just guess all the time, especially when you've got your macronutrients right, okay? I'm gonna go with one more. If you are taking vitamin D, please don't take it on its own. Please take it with vitamin K. So you wanna take D3, K2, and it's a 10-to-1 ratio. Why? Because vitamin D is great to take if you're low in it. But you know what? K2 is like the traffic controller. It shuttles the calcium that's being released into the bones and the teeth and away from the cardiovascular system. That's what K2 does. If you just take vitamin D on its own, you could be shuttling the calcium into the cardiovascular system and causing a heart condition. Yeah, look it up. I know. D3, K2, 10-to-1 ratio. And if you have a question, just let me know. Those are just 3 out of a few of them, but you may be low in these and don't even know. So I'd love to test you and see. Okay, so basically what I've done is I just want to wrap this up. So 3 things we're gonna stop, 3 things we're gonna start. We're going to stop simple sugars. We definitely need to look at the fructose. We need to eliminate that, okay? What we're gonna do is we're gonna start with having sweeteners that are healthy for our bodies and that are not gonna contribute to belly fat, okay? The second thing we're gonna do is really be mindful of getting that protein in for the day, okay? And you need to eat enough for your body weight, okay? And it's not what the RDA says. That's wrong. That's to stave off like sarcopenia, which is muscle wasting. We don't want that. We need to get stronger. So you need to eat way more than what they're saying. And you need to start the day having a high protein breakfast, because that's what's going to keep you away from the fridge all day, and it's going to stop those cravings. The third thing is, if you're following all that and you need more help, that's exactly what I do. I'm a clinical nutritionist. I can find where you're missing pieces. How's your digestion? How's your sleep? Are you outside enough? And where are your micronutrients? Why aren't we talking about that? This is a whole body approach. It's not a take this pill to lose weight. That's a joke. That is not gonna work. It'll work, but you're gonna be frustrated because it's not gonna work for very long, and then you'll be back to where you were. So I'm sorry, but I'm just so done with that. We need to do the work, and I have a 30-day plan, and it's a fat loss plan that will definitely show you exactly the step-by-step plan to get you to lose the belly fat. But not only that, listen, we need to get healthy. And so that's exactly what I'm doing. So listen, if you're interested in something like that, I am looking for, it was 5, now I've got 2 spots are taken, but I have 3 left. So I'm opening my coaching to 3 people who are interested in doing the 30-day plan with me to banish belly fat and actually get you healthy. And so what I do is I put you on a plan, and I'm your coach along the way. And it's a systematic approach that covers all your races so that you get results, okay? And it's even 100% guaranteed because I already know you're gonna get results. So if that interests you, just send me a direct message saying, you know what, I'm ready. Like, I'm done with struggling. I'm in my 40s and 50s and I am done. I'm ready to rock it. Well, guess what? This is also fun. You must be on a plan that you like. If not, I would never go on that plan. We're done with depriving. We have enough stress. We need to get away from that. And this is an enjoyable way to do it. Not like I did originally, which is starving myself. No. We're finished with that. If you really want a whole body approach that's enjoyable to get your results, then get a hold of me. Anyways, I hope that that's really been helpful, and thanks for joining.